Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. This week we got yet another patch 9.2 update. Surprisingly, this week we're seeing a lot of nerfs to our favorite playstyles. Classes like Paladins, for example, only recently got some nerfs for PTR, but this week they're getting continuously slapped with even more nerfs. This week's list of changes also focuses on a lot of bug fixing, as well as buffs to a handful of playstyles. And we finally get access to the Creation Catalyst, which we will use to create tier sets out of Mythic Plus gear as well as PvP gear. And Creation Catalyst is kind of like the big catch-up mechanism of the patch 9.2. So let's take a closer look at all of these updates. But right before that, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you are reminded, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you enjoy catching regular 9.2 updates or potentially future expansion announcements. Death Knights got a buff for the Unholy spec through the 4-piece tier set bonus. When Soul Reaper procs on a crippled target, your pets will frenzy to a 25% damage increase. They also fixed the bug preventing Frost Death Knights from getting more Obliterate procs while dual wielding. And right now, Frost Death Knights are able to chain spam Obliterate that's empowered by killing machine procs inside of their Pillar of Frost window. With the talent of Obliteration, Frost Strike, Howling Blast, as well as Glacial Advance all proc killing machines for your Obliterates. With the 4-piece tier set, whenever you use a killing machine empowered Obliterate, you fire off a free Glacial Advance, and now that free Glacial Advance feeds into Obliteration, which gives you a free killing machine proc, which lets you obliterate and do this over and over and over again. While very fun, this is likely to get fixed in a future update. Demon Hunter's Sinful Brand cast will no longer be overwritten with Metamorphosis, which will now allow the Demon Hunter to brand their foe, follow up with an I-Beam to extend the duration of that brand, Metamorphosis to reset I-Beam, and then follow up with another I-Beam to extend the brand even further. This might allow Demon Hunters to maintain brand permanently on a boss in the raid for the patch 9.2. The Druid Kyrian Covenant legendary is seeing a nerf. With this legendary, when you bind with another ally, depending on their covenant, you will both get a buff. If they're a Night Fae, both of you get a haste buff. If they're a Necrolord, both of you get versatility. If they're a Venthyr, both of you get crit. And if they're a Kyrian, both of you get mastery. Normally this buff is 8% for the both of you, but with this new update it's 6% for the Druid and 3% for your ally. Another nerf comes for Feral Druids with the 4-piece tier set bonus. The AoE damage from using Berserk is now reduced beyond 8 targets. Hopefully with tuning, Blizzard doesn't kill the Feral Druid Mythic Plus dream, because I would love to be able to play my Druid for Mythic Plus content in the patch 9.2. While Hunters didn't see a nerf, the Survival Hunter tier set is finally fixed. Sorta. There are new bugs with this week's update, however, the damage scaling that was a little bit too high from last few weeks from the 4-piece tier set bonus has been fixed. So the tier set more or less is starting to do the damage that it's intended to do, which does mean a pretty big nerf to the damage of Survival Hunters, but hopefully with tuning we'll see some more progress. For monks, the Necrolord ability of Bone Does Brew will do slightly more damage but can no longer crit. And the Venthyr legendary saw a nerf in its cooldown reduction, Venthyr being the best covenant for the Mistweaver monk spec. Holy Paladins got nerfed a couple of weeks ago. This week they're receiving a 6% healing boost to their healing core abilities, which is the good news. And now for the bad news. Their 4-piece tier set has gotten changed. Light of Dawn now only has a 50% chance to reduce the cooldown of your wings buff. Together with the previous weeks of damage nerfs, particularly for the Venthyr Covenant, Paladins are getting pretty beat up for the preparation of patch 9.2. For Priests, the Necrolord Covenant legendary is seeing a 40% damage nerf, as well as a slight healing nerf as well. PTR is an ever-evolving environment, but from the early numbers, which should be taken very lightly, Necrolord still retains to be the best choice for Shadow Priest in 9.2, with the Night Fae becoming a bit more competitive. We got some mana nerfs for a few abilities for Holy Priest, as well as a nerf to the talent of Afterlife within PvP situations, where with certain talents you could have a battle res for your partner every 2 minutes. The Shadow Priest tier set also saw a 40% damage nerf. And right now in PTR, there's a funny bug where your shadow channels a Mind Flay style ability that procs Dark Thoughts, which gives you the free Mind Blast procs. But every time you consume a Mind Blast proc, your shadow duration is extended, so your tier set kind of plays by itself. This is likely a bug that will get fixed in a future build. We got some changes to the rogue tier sets. The Outlaw 4-piece tier set bonus is getting a bit more consistent, which is a damage increase for that spec, while the spec of Subtlety saw a slight 2-piece and 4-piece tier set nerfs. The recent Shaman buff to the Carrion Totem has been reverted, and a lot of the enhancement Shaman abilities are getting heavily cut back in the mana cost. Either enhancement Shamans are just burning through all that mana with so many procs, or this is done to make the Carrion legendary that requires offensive spells and healing spells, which are a little bit too mana intensive for enhancement Shaman in order to make the Carrion Covenant legendary work. We also got an update to the Warrior 4-piece tier set bonus. If you run the talent of Reckless Abandon, the proc from the 4-piece, instead of being Reckless's, will be now the Reckless Abandon version. Previously, the interaction between Reckless Abandon and the 4-piece just gave you a lot of rage. But in this update, you'll get the full value of the Empowered Bloodthirst and the Empowered Raging Blow, replaced with Crushing Blow, that does quite a bit of extra damage. The damage is nice, but the Crushing Blow version of Raging Blow also comes with a mini charge. This charge could unexpectedly rush your warrior towards the boss. It has a pretty short range, and if you're trying to maneuver around the boss, maybe avoiding fire puddles while still being able to melee, the ability of Crushing Blow could charge you right into the bad stuff. So we will see how this change develops heading into the patch 9.2. And finally, this week we got the Creation Catalyst, a way for us to craft tier sets from dungeon and PvP gear. It looks like the Catalyst will take your current item, no matter the item level of the item, and will just turn it into a tier set with predetermined secondary stats as well as all the tier set benefits. So if you use an item that's upgradable with Valor points, like from running Mythic Plus dungeons, that item will become a tier set item, but it will still retain the item level of the original item as well as its upgrade potential through Valor points. But if you use a PvP item that's scalable within PvP, the item will still change into a tier set and its secondaries will likely change as well, but it will retain that scalability inside of PvP content. To upgrade items through the Creation Catalyst, you'll need to use Cosmic Flux, which is a currency you'll be able to obtain from all endgame content in patch 9.2, whether it is dungeons, raiding, or PvP, as well as Torghast, as well as certain dailies and quests inside of Zereth Mortis. But that's gonna be my update video for the new build of patch 9.2. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the numerous nerfs that we saw with this update, or some of the different changes and even funny bugs that certain classes are getting to experience? What do you think about the Creation Catalyst, and how do you think that Blizzard should change any of these classes and any of these updates for the next build in patch 9.2? As per always, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. In the description of every single video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. If you guys are watching these videos regularly, you might as well join our Discord to join our community. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, I'll see all of you in the next one.